Hello, I'm Josh George. I'm going to get to the Week 3 prediction slate right after the intro. Now, how did we do last week? Well, last week was a pretty good week. I was 10-2, and I was 9-3 the week before, so I'm guessing 11-1 this week. Now, to the slate of games here, and it has been, I think it's a good slate for Week 3 here. I think that there's a lot of real high potential for several of these games. Now, for the UNC Wake Forest game, big Friday night game, Mac Brown and his big running back, Javonte Williams. They found a way to win. They're 2-0. They go up against a good defense, though. A defense that's been pretty good at shutting down the run, led by linebacker Justin Strand. He's got 19 tackles on the season, so pretty good linebacker. But I'm not going to pick him against Mac Brown 3 weeks in a row. He's just found a way to win football games. I have the Tar Heels winning 24-20. Now, to the Saturday slate. Oklahoma goes to UCLA. Chip Kelly's offense has not looked up to what we had expected it to be. They have not scored more than 14 points in a game. They've scored 14 points in both their 2 games. Now, the defense has looked good, though. They let in 24 to Cincinnati and 23 this week. So, decent defense, but going up against the Sooners offense hurts, and great wide receivers. All 3 freshman wide receivers for this team scored a touchdown. Weiss, Hazelwood, and Bridges. So, I'm confident in OU's offense to get some good points. I think UCLA will get more than 14. I have them getting 17. But 49-17, I'm picking the Sooners to beat UCLA. Now, the game of the week on Fox, Ohio State at Indiana. Could be a good game because it is, in fact, a road matchup here for Ohio State. And they've got a good wide receiver who's got speed and awareness to cover. I think Whoop Pryor, I think he might put a stamp on the game for Indiana. But too much J.K. Dobbins in this one, and just too much talent for Ohio State. I have Ohio State winning 45-13, but I think it's going to be a close game, or a good game at least. Good to watch for most of it. I think they pull away in the fourth quarter, third and fourth quarter. Now, Alabama at South Carolina. I think this game has some potential of intrigue. I'm pretty sure that South Carolina is going to try to keep it away from Alabama's offense, keep the ball on the ground. I think Dowdell, their running back, is going to get a lot of carries. He's only had 21 this season. I think he may double that. I think they're just going to keep giving him the ball to keep it away from Alabama. But Alabama, they're number 1 in the 247 sports talent composite for a reason. I have them winning 38-7. Now, to a rivalry game. Pittsburgh at Penn State. Shea Clifton has looked good so far for Penn State. He's 2-0 there as the quarterback. And Penn State is the more talented team. They have 4 5-star recruits in this lineup. Pittsburgh has 0. And to beat a more talented team, you need good quarterback play. Is Kenny Pickett the guy for that? Well, he's only 51% as far as his completion rating goes. He's thrown 1 touchdown and 2 INTs, so I say no. I only have Pittsburgh scoring 10, and I have them losing 10-31 to the Nittany Lions. To the next game, Kansas State at Mississippi State. Potential for this one to be a huge game. I really think it'll be a lot closer than last year. Last year's game was 31-10. Mississippi State, though, still has a good running back. I think he'll will have a great game. He is averaging 160 yards per game, but I think Chris Killman the head coach at Kansas State, I think he's done a pretty good job so far. The Wildcats are averaging 50.5 points per game under him in his first 2 games. I have their offense scoring 30, but not enough to win. I have Mississippi State and the Cowbells winning 32-30. To Stanford in Orlando against UCF. We've seen backup quarterbacks for both these teams. Stanford's did not look good. They only put up 20 against USC. But UCF's quarterbacks, they have a 188.5 passer rating, and they're averaging 309 yards per game, and that's all 3 guys. That's Gabriel, Wimbush, and Jones. Because of Josh Heupel's coaching at the quarterback position, I have UCF winning 39-28. Then a game, I keep going back to last year's meeting for some reason in this video, but these were some intriguing games last season and intriguing this season. Arizona State found a way to win 16-13, but Michigan State held Benjamin to 27 yards. Michigan State was kind of beat by the heat and kind of made some mental mistakes late in that game to find a way to lose. I don't think they're going to make the mental mistakes. I think they keep Benjamin out of the end zone, and I think they win 12-24. Michigan State over Arizona State. Now, to Florida-Kentucky game. Last year, Kentucky finally got over the hump, finally beats Florida. This year, going up against a good Florida team. Felipe Franks, though, is only averaging 2 touchdowns per game. Not good for a quarterback. But the defense only allowing 10 points per game. Good quarterback, dual threat that they're going up against in Wilson. I think he could have a decent game. But Florida, they usually find a way to beat Kentucky. I'm going with the Gators over the Wildcats, 27-21. Now, TCU at Purdue. Do not underestimate the TCU Horned Frogs defense. They put 2 guys in the first 2 rounds of the NFL draft last season, but it's a great matchup. This is an offensive-defensive matchup. I think it's one that you're really going to want to watch here. Good quarterback for Purdue in Elijah Standler, and great running back in Zan Haveth, and then we all know Rondell Moore, great wide receiver. Good matchup, but defense wins the big games, especially when you're kind of unfamiliar with the team. I think they can hold them under 3 touchdowns, so I have TCU 21-20 in this game. Now to my Superdog / upset pick of the week. We know I'm taking the number in this one. Definitely taking the number. But Syracuse, they've been really close with Clemson. They just seem to have their number. Lost last season, but last time they were at home, they found a way to win. And we've seen backup quarterbacks come in because of injury in back-to-back seasons. So, will Funakan, however you say that freshman backup quarterback for Clemson, will he come in? If he does, I'm taking Syracuse. Just a guy I haven't seen, could be rattled in a tough road environment, one that they expect to win by at least 3 touchdowns, judging by the spread. But I think it would be too weird to see 3 backup quarterbacks in 3 seasons in this game. So I'm picking Clemson to beat Syracuse. But it is my upset pick of the week because of the spread. I have Syracuse beating the spread. Game of the week in Ames, Iowa, playing for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. Iowa kind of owns this series, though. They lead 44-22 and have won the last 4 games. 2 good coaches, Matt Campbell and Kurt Fritz. It was hard to pull the trigger in this one and pick a game, especially if you're going to pick Iowa State, because Iowa State, it's kind of not their series. But I think Matt Campbell can get it done with Brock Purdy. I have the Cyclones 17-16. I am Josh George. This was your Week 3 college football predictions.